Hey friends, so finished up the townhouse yesterday, and now today I am starting on a new idea, or a different idea. I guess I never really explained what I'm doing here. I got it in my head that I wanted to make, let's turn you and face me, that I wanted to make doll houses. I've never done it before, so I thought I'll just sort of make a few. I'll take a swing at it, essentially, and come up with some different ideas and practice, essentially. So I've done the little owl house in the townhouse, which is over there right now on the mantelpiece. I'll I'll do a little video of it. And there's our elephant, our elephant head. There's Peter Drysdale. He's an artist who does recycled, just finds bits and builds stuff. He once built a helicopter, like a life-size helicopter out of junk. Someone asked him if it flew, and he said, "Only in my mind." So, the imagination. Anyway, that's that's where the townhouse is. Just distracted now. So the third idea that I've got is like a 3-walled kind of thing. So it would be something sort of like this, and then the other wall would go on this side. So it would be like a corner of a room, basically, like I guess more like a diorama. So this is one that, excuse me, I apologize. Excuse me. This is one I started this morning, so I've put my wallpaper on. I papered both sides. This is a cheaper paper, and it just didn't glue as nice as the fancier papers do. So I think this is going to be a bedroom. We'll have 2 walls. I am so unhandy sometimes. Whoop. So it'll be like 2 walls. Like that. Excuse me. I still have a cough from being sick. And then the floor will go in the corner. And the paper I'm using on the floor is white, so I'm not going to glue it on yet because I fear making a mess out of it. And it looks like this. So it's got like gold on white. So I've already cut it, but I'm not going to glue it until the very end. So yeah, first things to do this morning is to glue that and keep it to keep it together. So I will come back with that when I've done. So I've got it glued together, sort of. There are some places that maybe need a bit of love, like that top lip there. We'll see what happens as it all dries. So that's 2 walls. That's the floor. And all right, sorry, I lost you. So here's a back wall. I'm hoping that it dries a bit flatter, although the pattern on the sort of a water. I had a different pattern, and then I realized I glued it on sideways, or when I set the thing up, I did it sideways. There's the floor, and I've made like a little, it's like a ridge pole, but it'll be on like the back corner as opposed to being on a ridge. Oh. Yeah, so I should just let it sit, shouldn't I? And not mess with it, Kara. Anyways, this is what I'm doing. Oh, and I'll show you this thing. I've also woven a rug for the room. Lovely pinks and greens. It kind of looks purple on the phone, but it's pink. Here, in the meantime, let's give you a little tour of the townhouse. So it's funny, I started down here, I finished up here, and the difference between down here and up here are kind of impressive to me. I love this. This is my boot room, or my entrance hall. Let's see if I can get more light in there. So I love it, but the only thing I see when I look in there is that crooked hook on my rack of hooks. Other than that, I love it in there, but that's all I see. I've made some little garments and hung them on the hooks. And the living room, which compared to going upstairs is sort of rustic, maybe a bit shabby chic. But I fixed up my chairs a little bit. I sanded them a bit more, and the table, and just tried to make the fabric on the chairs a bit tidier. And then up to the kitchen. The kitchen might be my favorite. I don't know if the color, it sort of is the same. It's the right color on camera. But like the little floor is so sweet. And the view out the window. The dining room. I re-glued the legs on the table because I just wasn't happy with how they were looking. And sanded my chairs down a little bit. I think they look much better. And then up to the sitting room. See, so down here, you can see there's the difference in my chandeliers. There's one chandelier. Then I moved on to the next one. That one got a little bit better. And then look at this little one. This one even sort of dangles. I love this little sitting room. I love the looks like there's glue on them. There we go. Sorry for the terrible camera shots. I love that little room. I love the bookshelf. I love the little couch. I love it all. But the bedroom is so sweet. Like, when you sleep in there, look at that. Lovely artwork on the walls, the little bed with all the cushions on it, bedside tables. The bed did warp a bit. The paint, or the glue, I think, warped the thin wood that I used for the base. But really, it's so rustic and sweet in there. Oh, let's try to get that sticker to stick down. The artwork is stickers. All from the same collection, so it just looks like all the artwork in this house is done by one person. But maybe the person who lives there is an artist. Anyway, there's the townhouse. Isn't she sweet? So here is the room set up the way it's supposed to be. So very much just like a diorama. I'm going to use a sponge as the bed. I think it's a good size. I've done a little bit of work on that today, so I'm attempting to cover the sponge in some felt first, and made some legs for it. So those little cubed wooden cubes I've got, those are the legs that I've put on it. And where's the next slide? Here it is. And so I've just tied, so I've got the legs put on it, and I've glued the felt down onto the sponge, so tied it up so it can dry there. I've got some pretty fabric that I'm going to make an actual blanket for the bed out of, and I've made... This is a headboard and a footboard that now has to be glued onto it. So I've had a busy old day today. I didn't get a lot of work done on this house, on this room, but I'll be back at it bright and early tomorrow morning. I've got to put the bed together, make the rest of the furniture, and then on to the next one.